Yo, GM. So it's gonna be a little different today. Tagline is here, but he's got some technical issues he's trying to fix. So you boys got me for a little bit until we can figure out the audio and everything. So GM everybody, thank you for being in the chat so early. Yo, Hunter with the five gifted. Yo,
GM,
Tagline, what's up?
GM, we're
Are we
here.
good?
We're working. We're
Yeah.
working. Right in the nick of time. Here we go.
Hey, let's
It's
go.
been a morning of technical difficulties for me, but hey, we're back. Here we
Yo,
are. I can hear you. I can hear the music. My
sweet.
camera's working. We're here.
Let's go. Yo, shout out to him. Totally. Hunter, Qdog, Negathor, Pitch Dark, No Fear, Edgar, Laces Out. Who else is in here? Hunter with a five gifted, like I just said. Appreciate you, my boy. That's showing crazy love on a Wednesday. And anybody else we missed so far? Yo, DJ Toasty in the
Yeah.
chat.
Toasty.
Yo, this is uh this is a whale friendly zone. So glad to see Toasty here.
It is. Yeah. We'll see, but it's been kind of, I feel like, a quieter couple days in comparison to what we've been through over the last month. Obviously, there was some stuff happening this morning. We'll get into, but Jeremy, how was your Tuesday and how was your Wednesday?
To be honest, it was just full of work, like work,
Yeah.
for Medikey, and then just work with the house. Got the call, like I said, the guys, or I don't think, we haven't streamed since then. It was
We
because it
have.
was on Monday night. So Monday night, I get a call from my landscaping guy. He says permits got pushed back for another job. Thought it was gonna be bad news for me. He says, hey, we can start on your job earlier. And I was like, okay, cool. When can you get here? And then he called me at 10 p.m. And so he's like, yeah, we could be there tomorrow morning. And so like 8-10 hours later, they were there working on our yard.
There
And
you go.
it's just kind of unexpected. Good news overall because we do have some bad weather coming. So glad that they could get started early. But yeah, so just working around the house and stuff like that, doing things, running chores, doing like Amazon returns. So it's just been busy beginning to the week, man.
I feel that. I'm right there with you. It's just getting stuff done. I didn't spend too much time on the computer yesterday. I was doing lawnmower maintenance and mowing the lawn, and then doing stuff at the barn with the horses. I gotta go back out there again today, and it just never ends, man. It just keeps piling up. But hey, here we are.
For
But
sure. I'm glad though that it's been slow in those last 2 days, like you said, because I
yeah,
feel like we haven't missed much. There was a couple mints that some of the public were kind of hyped about. They weren't like my taste, so I didn't
right.
participate in them. But I did see them. There was a couple, but for the most part, I think we'll see. We'll hop into the market updates, but I think we'll see that most of the volume is still just in those top kind of projects, Azuki, Doodles, Other Side, stuff like that. But
Yeah, I mean, like you said, there's we're gonna hop into things. Kind of a teaser for today's show. So there's not like we said, there's not too much going on, so we don't have too many news to talk about. So we got a couple segments coming back today. After our news, we're gonna get back into another paper hand segment where the chat's gonna decide who's gonna be sent that very special Paper Hands Trophy NFT created by Jeremy. So stay tuned for that. I've got some pretty juicy paper hands that I picked out from pretty recent sales. So I'm looking forward to the chat's responses to those. And speaking of chat, we've got another pick'em coming on today, and it's going to be Qdog coming on representing the chat. So go ahead and hit up Qdog's DMs. Set the pressure for him. Make sure he doesn't disappoint you guys. Hold him to that high standard. But yeah, without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into the market update before we jump into all that exciting stuff. So the gainers for the day, I'm gonna be honest, it's not looking very good, right? It's a lot of nothings. If you look closely, you can see. Honestly, I don't even know much about this, but they actually have a lot of volume and a higher floor price. So Degen tunes, they're up 60%. Do you know what the Degen tunes are? I've heard of them, but I've honestly never looked into them.
I was in their Discord, but I was just trying to get a allow list for when the mint was happening because I knew it would be flippable when it came out. I don't think it ended up being too crazy. But I was in there, and then when I didn't get the allow list, I was just super salty, so I just left the Discord.
That sounds about right. And then looking more at this, I guess cryptodes. I'm not counting cyberkongs. It's literally been one sale in 24 hours. Like that's we just kind of gonna look past that. But cryptodes, they're up almost 20%, back over 3 ETH. They've had a nice little run. I'm not too sure why. Maybe it's just some speculation. Maybe the price got low enough. People still speculate that they have stuff to do with the other side. Not too sure there. I don't own any cryptodes anymore. I'm all out. And it looks like Kaz says Dario just swept the Degen tunes. So that's the top signal. So if you own them, I would definitely sell. Absolutely.
Who's Dario?
Don't disrespect. Look at that art. Look at Kaz's profile right there. That's a Dario piece right there. Dario's one of those like the OGs. Like I used to like really like his art early on, and then he's kind of the ones like his art is so good, but like if you could just like separate the personality from the art and like his presence on like Twitter and how he handled himself early on, I think he's been a little bit better now. But I know Kaz follows him pretty closely still, and I used to own a few of his pieces. But yeah, shout out to Degen Tunes. Do you see anything sticking out on these gainers? Anything in the green that you just have to talk about?
No, definitely not have to talk about. I'm still surprised that again Uniforce doing their thing down there 0.4, but we know the history behind that.
I feel like Oni, we talk about them almost every market update. It's always red then green then red then green. Like they're the most roller coaster project ever.
Eden Horde, I did own those at one time.
Right.
Nice to see that floor up. I already dumped both of mine. I mean, I got them for like incredibly cheap. And then the Kennel Club, man. Kennel Club still hanging out there around 10 ETH after the land drop.
Yeah, that's impressive. I kind of looked over that, but yeah, I just expected all Bored Ape stuff to be down.
I thought the reason I pointed out is like I thought Kennel Club would just go to the dirt because they got absolutely zero benefit from the land sale, right?
Yeah. I guess that speculations are still riding out there, so people are kind of holding out hope.
For the necklace.
I guess Corky's is also, I guess, a notable project that's up here. They've had a nice little bump up in the last day. But let's go ahead and look at the reverse side. Let's look at the losers for the day. And yeah, I mean, Cool Pets. Should we start there? Cool Pets are down bad.
Down horrendous.
Woo. They're 0.64 Cool Pets. That is low. Yeah. So Cool Pets are down. Cyber Brokers, I know that they were just up on Monday. We talked about them, and now they're back. I guess this is like the flip side of them being in the green. Now they went the opposite way, right? Which is kind of to be expected. So the brokers are back down. And then I guess what just you look at this, anything stick out to you here?
Let's see. Down incredibly bad. Nah, I wouldn't say anything sticks out really. Cool Mans have been on that roller coaster ride over the last few weeks.
Yeah.
Dour Darsel's probably down horrendous from the high that I've seen them be.
I remember those were like over an ETH at one point, or like 1.2.
Yeah, even Akumas, right? Like Akumas were approaching that ETH number. Now they're at 0.2. So
Akumas were at like 1.5, 1.6.
Yeah, I mean, over time we've just seen, these, and they're not even mid caps, right? Like all these projects are really like kind of like low caps, and we just see that it doesn't last. So if you buy into these projects that don't have a lot of whale conviction behind them, or like huge influencers, or not even influencers, like celebrity, I'm talking like Elon, like Gary Vee and all that stuff. Like,
right.
I don't think that there's any way that they really survive, or they do survive, but it's a much longer timeline and trajectory. So don't buy the hype, and like don't find yourself buying the top on those. Yeah,
these are a lot of the type of projects that if I get into, I'm looking for like a quick 1 to 2 day flip, and then I'm getting out, right? And usually it's if I can mint them, or if I can buy them like pretty quickly after they sell out, so they're still like before they pump and stuff. But yeah, these are not, unless there's unfortunately it's just the state of the market. Unless there's a big influencers or big whales behind it, there's not going to be a lot of staying power in these lower cap projects, like you said.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully everything works out for them, especially if you guys own them. But I just think it's going to take time. Like, nothing's the next Bored Apes overnight. So
right. And then we also, I mean, Shane's pointed it out. We skipped over here. We got the fan favorite, the crowd favorite, the Cool Man's Universe. They got a nice increase. They got up to like 0.9, 0.8, 0.85 or so the last day or two, and then yeah, it looks like they've dropped in. I'm assuming holders saw that pump and they just saw it as opportunity, like, oh, let's get out. We gotta sell now. So I still hold several of the Cool Mans. I hold out hope, but who knows? We'll see.
Yeah, I mean, I still hold. I think 5, but I've already made my profit because I think I had like 10 or 12 at one point. So I've already made my profit there. Made positive ROI. So just kind of in for the ride at this point. Sure. Would I like to dump them like around or above an ETH? Sure. Is it gonna happen? I have no clue. But I'm not mad at myself if even if they get down all the way to 0.3, 0.4, I'm still good. So
yeah. Well, let's go into one of the news. Kind of, I guess it's not really news, but it's a newer project that released this week. I missed it, and it's a something token. I was in Discord. I think it was like late Monday night, and Hunter was talking about these, and I just kind of ignored it, looked away. And I mean, these got pretty high at one point, right? They got to I feel like they got to 0.8, 0.7 at one point. I don't know, but these released. I still don't know what they are, but do you know what these are, Jeremy? Do you have any? Can you shed some light on them?
I don't have any. What I read about them is they're kind of like rumored to be in some type of collaboration between OpenSea and I forgot the other partner, but I think it's from the brand that. Do you remember when Gutter Cats, or shortly after Gutter Cats came out, there was like the NFT cards, like slabs being made, kind of like a collectibles with the case and the QR code and all that stuff. I think this is from that same brand that was doing that. So shout out to get that guy behind the Americana brand. Yeah. So
I may need to issue a cease and desist against them though, because they got my name right in the middle of their something token. I mean, come on now, what are you doing?
Yeah. But these have been on quite the ride as well, right? Like, didn't I see these yesterday morning, like at 0.7 or something?
That's what I was saying. Like, I think Hunter's been following them pretty closely, but I think Hunter correct us if we're wrong, but I think these got up to like 0.7, 0.8, and some of the rarer ones were selling for. Well, I think like at one point the lowest listings were like maybe double digits in like 10 and 11 ETH or something. I think my initial response, because we live in like in the NFT space, so you see all these copycats come out when something's popular, and so whenever I first heard the something token, I'm like, okay, this is just someone trying to copycat the the Azuki something drop or whatever, probably something or whatever it was. So I just kind of ignored it. That's why I didn't get into it. But for people that did, if you bought in pretty early, you made money. So GG's to you. Yep, I'm totally, you're right. Rip Jeremy. He something was happening downstairs. He's got to go check out real quick. So we're gonna ride solo for right now. Talking about a project that I don't know about. So that's perfect. But let's go ahead and move on to these. While Jeremy gets back, we're gonna talk about the Murakami flowers. So these were revealed last night, and there was a little bit of drama around them, but also I don't know. But Jeremy, welcome back.
Yo,
anything crazy down there?
Nah, we're good.
Okay. Well, I was just setting the stage for our next topic. We're gonna talk about the Murakami flowers because they revealed last night. So, Murakami flower. What do you think of these?
Honestly, they're pretty dope, but there's no shot. Like no shot of being.
You think they're pretty dope?
Yeah, I mean, like, this would be something cool to see as like a wallpaper or something, like little flashing, changing app or something like that. Like, they're cute, but and I know you're not paying for the picture, whatever, blah blah blah. Like Murakami, huge brand built around himself, and no telling what these things are going to get you access to in terms of projects and merch.
I guess whenever I always hear, and this is me being honest, I don't know much about Murakami, right? The only thing I know about him heading into was he was Like he's an artist behind Clone X or Part War, one of them, or big one of them, and that was the first I've ever heard of Murakami. So but I know he's a big deal outside of NFTs and had been before. So I guess going into his drop, the Murakami Flowers, I guess I expected something more, but these look like to me, remember last summer we had that run on, like, hey, we had these, like, this 12-year-old doing these whales, this 14-year-old girl doing these, like, random, these female projects. Like, this project looks like to me that if you told me, like, hey, this is like a 10-year-old that did this flower project, I'd be like, yeah, that sounds about right, because that's what it looks like to me. Now maybe it's there for somebody, I don't see it, but again, maybe it's just not my style, and that's okay. But did you get into the mint on these at all? Do you have any exposure?
I didn't even enter the raffle, man. Kind of.
Well, the raffle this is the raffle that got botted out like crazy.
Yeah, I was about to say, even if you did enter the raffle, it got crazy botted.
Yeah.
But no, this is something like I would love to have these on like my shoes. Like imagine having these on your shoes, or like a little tattoo, or like a little hat. Like all of a sudden we're about. No, I mean. I think they're cute.
A little. It gotta be about just a little bit, right? Just don't look like a project that a junior high class made over the span of a month or so, right?
Yeah, I mean I get it though. Like NFTs, you can use these to unlock so much more. So it's not necessarily about the picture. Like it is on brand for him.
Sure.
But yeah, I mean I think this would be hella dope to like have a Murakami shoe, but.
Yeah, I mean, so speaking of this, did you see the drama that kind of happened last night as soon as the reveal was happening?
What was that?
So Murakami, like the artist himself, was sniping rares during the reveal. So they're not even like I was looking at Fresh Drops, and it was like, how you can see the bar status of like they're not all revealed yet. Like you can see the progress. These aren't even all the way revealed yet. It's literally in the process, and he's out there sniping rares of his own project, which I don't know about you. That rubs me the wrong way. That just kind of seems hella sus, like someone said in the chat earlier. And I don't know. What's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, that's kind of sus. I mean. There's so many other ways to show support for your project other than that. And then especially when you go sniping rares, like, I don't know. Not a good look.
I mean, Justifish is right. Talk about being your own alpha. Murakami's owning it, right? Kaz, I think you're right too. Moonbirds almost did the same, but I think that was also mainly Ryan Carson, who's no longer with the Moonbirds project. He was one that was kind of buying them once the rarities came out. It just never looks good, right? It never looks good if you're on the project team or you're the head of the project and you're out there sniping rares. And one of it's like I could see two things that it come across as. So one is you're trying to snipe something cheap that you think is going to be worth more. And secondly, which I think is more of what happened here, is he was buying these rares at such high prices that I think he was trying to set the market value, like basically trying to pump his own like art and his own project and saying like, oh look, there's all these 50 ETH, 30 ETH sales, and it was him buying them. I know we see that a lot in the traditional art world. Like people send in their buyers and they kind of prop up these auctions and do that. And I think he was trying to maybe do something similar here. But if we look at this is his OpenSea page, and if you just look at the sales that he bought, and he went on a buying spree. I mean, look, let's go to when the first one happened. 20 ETH, 20, 10, like 45, 15, 44, 44, 50, 50, 100. Like this man was spent a ton of ETH just like trying to snipe and scoop up these rares, and so most of the high prices, if you go to the Murakami Flower Project, if you sort it by highest paid price, I'm pretty sure like 95% are just sales from like by him, which is interesting.
For sure. I mean, it pumps up the volume, and I'd say like that's the only little negative thing there, that it kind of like artificially inflates the volume. I mean, sure, it's real money like being spent on this stuff, but same thing with the Moonbirds is like he's not necessarily getting a great deal on these. He is paying up for them.
Yep.
But there's give and take there. I just think it's probably just best just not to do it. Like if you want some, just hold some back for the treasury, and at least it's in the treasury wallet and not necessarily like your wallet.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think I recall him doing something similar to the Clone X's as well whenever they were revealing, and then I know they also I know he required them to hold back like one of the super rare ones or a couple of the super rare ones for him as well instead of being released to the public. So it's I don't know. It just rubs me the wrong way. And like I said, I don't think he's trying to get these to flip them for 2x or 3x. I think he's more so doing it to try to pump up his own project and get that volume looking good and get those sales, looking high, so people see that and they say,
Average
"Oh,
sale
look,
price and
yeah, I
stuff.
mean, these rares are going for so much, right?" Like, I think it's more like that, and I'm just not a fan of those tactics. Any final thoughts on the Murakami flowers? I think I know at least one person in the Shellverse Discord has one. I don't know if anybody else really got exposure to them. So chat if you're in the chat, let us know if you have any and what's your plan, if you plan on holding it or what you got going on. But any final thoughts for these flowers?
I'm gonna go sweep the floor, man. I'm gonna go sweep the floor. You heard it here
Yeah,
first.
have at it. There you go. I'll be watching your wallet and just, I believe you're a man of your word, and you're going to do this today, and I'm looking forward to watching.
Do the old Schiller tactic. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go sweep planets.
Hunter says this is this is a project that I totally would own, but no one else in the Discord.
That would be hate beast, sir.
Yeah, that's all right. That already exists. No, I think it's Matthew A that owns one of these, if I'm not mistaken. He may have been able to mint it. So if you're able to mint it, it's a pretty big W for you. But all right. So moving on, we've got some more, not really drama, but all the talk of Twitter this morning, at least on my feed, has been around Elon Musk as usual, because he bought Twitter and everything. But this is a little different. Did you see Elon change his profile picture to the Sotheby's? Like the Sotheby's apes, basically. This is the picture they had for the Sotheby's auction. He changed it to that, and then he said, "I don't know. Seems kind of fungible."
Yeah, this man's trolling at this point. He's super memey. Like, Elon has always been this way, right?
Yeah.
And, I did see this happen kind of like either late last night or overnight, and then I saw that ape token kind of shot up a bit after this, and then I think there was even a couple like Bored Ape sales, right? Or quite a few Bored Ape sales.
Yeah, so we've seen immediately after his tweet, we saw 22, I think it was like 22, 25 Bored Ape sales after his tweet. And then even, I think he changed his profile picture, let it sit for a bit, and then tweeted. So, because he put his profile picture on, I think early this morning, and you can see the price, where was it at? Yeah, so this morning, you can see whenever, this is whenever his profile picture changed to an ape. And then he put the tweet out of like basically kind of trolling Bored Apes, and that's whenever the token kind of tanked a little bit. So, ApeCoin was affected by it. It's just like Doge with Elon. He tweets about it goes up, tweets about it again, it goes down, or whatever, right? It's kind of crazy. It's that's such a huge jump up, right? Obviously, it's not the highs we've seen. We saw ApeCoin get to like the mid-20s last week, but I mean, for the last couple of days, like it's a pretty big jump up, and it's going back up a little bit. But I mean, yeah, the man just loves to troll.
One person's Twitter, like
that's
Twitter
it.
profile and a little tweet, and then that's all it takes. It's the difference between, $1 or $2. Crazy.
So much power. All right. So what are your? There's been so many. I've already been seeing all the theories out there. Do you think this means anything? Do you think he's just making fun of us right now, or do you think there's something? Do you think there's a deeper meaning behind it?
I don't know. I'm kind of nervous because
no.
I think he kind of has the power to kind of just not. I'm not saying he could kill Bored Apes, but I don't know. This man could bring a lot of FUD and cause a lot of like scare and fear for everybody. I can see that floor dipping a lot.
Is he gonna take away our hexagons on Twitter?
Yeah,
he better not. Don't take my hexes away.
The war against NFTs here coming up from Elon. But yeah, no, it makes me a little nervous, but at the same time, like no press is bad press kind of vibe. But with him, like it can actually be bad press. Just like the one guy. But But yeah, I mean, I think we're chilling. I think we're cooling. I don't know why he decided to pick on Yuga this week, but I'm sure he'll be on to the next thing.
Well, I don't know, part of me is like, and this may be the Bored Ape hopium, like part of me, but I don't know. I kind of feel like he's just like memeing about it before he announces that he actually owns some, right? Because I can see that happening too. And like this is just like, you know, like you see like was it Bobby Hundreds, like the whole like NFTs are a scam T-shirts and stuff. It's like they don't actually think that. It's just like kind of like it's like a brand basically. And it's like, you know, Elon could be doing something kind of similar, like making fun of the NFTs while also, you know, collecting his bag right now, you know. And people have been making connections. You know, this morning, apparently some gold apes were transferred to a wallet, or it's with another like Elon NFT. Like there's people are trying to make these connections, but the biggest connection for me is we know that like a couple months ago Elon met with people from MoonPay, right? And then last night there was a big event in Hollywood, and who was Elon there spotted with? He was there with he was spotted talking or at least interacting at some point with Guy Oseary. You know, he's on the Bored Ape team. He has those huge connections. So putting all that together makes me kind of think like maybe there's something to that. Maybe we're gonna see an announcement coming out soon that, hey, actually he owns. Maybe he's just gonna quietly change his profile picture to a hexagon of a gold ape, right, or something crazy. But what are your thoughts? Do you think Elon owns an ape? I guess that's the question. Does Elon own an ape? And let's ask the chat. Let's put a poll up in the chat. I want to see what chat thinks, and we can just simple yes or no. Does Elon own an ape? I don't know.
Does Elon own a yes. No.
Perfect.
Okay. Gonna pull it up. 3 minutes.
Yeah, and then while they're voting, I want to get your thoughts and what you think about that.
Okay, so does Elon own an ape? You know, if he tweeted this profile picture and made a tweet, I'd say that he at least owns one ape, so that way he can troll even more. Like, I don't know if he's necessarily going to send it to the burn address or not, but, you know, just so that way he has that firepower to do something next. It wouldn't surprise me if he owns at least one.
Right.
But in the long term, yeah, I'm kind of just leaning towards the bad side, the negative side in terms of my expectations. So that way when it comes out that, you know, he hates NFTs, hates apes, thinks they're dumb and everything, he doesn't own one. Like, that way I'm not disappointed in my expectations.
Yeah.
But if it does happen, to the moon. We got a literally going to the
moonshot. Yeah, and I think I've got a little prediction, or maybe a little hot take, but I think we hear a pretty big announcement tomorrow from Yuga about Bored Apes, or just in general, because you know what tomorrow is, right? Tomorrow's a big day for apes.
The sellout day?
No, it's May 5th, so it's Cinco de Mayo. You know, past the Mayo.
Oh, past the Mayo.
Yeah, it's a big day for apes. You know, you make that link. So, I mean, I can see. I think some people are trying to speculate that there's going to be some big announcement tomorrow, but I don't know. A lot of it's tough to filter through what's hopium, what's just engagement farming, what's the truth. It's that's the beauty of social media and NFT Twitter, right? Yep. So yeah, let's see. What is how much longer we got on the poll?
We're 2 to 8 so far. 8 people voting no. Elon does not own a Bored Ape.
Okay.
I think they voted yes. That Elon owns Yuga though.
Yeah, maybe Elon buys Yuga. He bought Twitter. Might as well just go ahead and seal a deal and buy Yuga now as well. That would be bad, I think. Yeah, Kaz, win ape coin for Tesla. Yeah, I'm here for it. I'm ready.
Down. Yeah. I mean, I'd be lying if I said I didn't make a few Teslas and thought about pulling the trigger.
Oh man, this would probably be a worst case scenario if like Elon just tweets out like the Ryder Rips thread. Yeah, like the conspiracy theory. Yeah, that's a nail in our coffin, and probably just gonna, we're probably gonna end NFA at that point. And it was good while it lasted. Thank you all for the support. But if that happens, then we're done. We are done. All right, so final looks like we got another yes. So 3 people think. If you voted yes, let me know. Like, why do you think? What makes you think Elon owns an ape? Is it is there anything in particular, or are you just saying yes for the memes and you just kind of hope he does? Pitch Dark, you're right. If that does happen, I'm definitely going to go back to work. Let me know if your store is hiring. I'm able to relocate. Let's see.
One thing, I don't know if we can talk about it here on the stream just as like time, because it takes a lot of time to go through it. But one of the things that you guys may not be totally aware about is that Function, right? Function had a lot of like his Solana wallet drained or something like that.
Oh yeah,
you know, a few weeks ago. And then Zach XPT, if you guys don't follow him, I think he's worth a follow for like some transaction information. Like he does a really good job in terms of investigations and whatnot. You know, some smart contract talk and whatnot. So that's Zach XPT on Twitter. Not saying follow his alpha or anything like that. Buy what he buys. I have no idea what he buys. I pretty much just follow him for these breakdowns of the scams that he goes through. And one of them was that he's on the trail. He's tracking down the person who essentially robbed Function of all of his Solana, and he's doing a damn good job of it. And it's so fun to keep up with the threads and the updates that are happening.
Yeah, I saw that. I think he's got like the FBI involved now too, and it's kind of crazy. Like I can see a world where it probably already exists in some fashion, but there's going to be like, you know, some department or division of, you know, the FBI or whatever that's like just focused on like crypto crimes and blockchain, you know, blockchain research and technology, and like basically just following the paper trail and following all these Tornado Cash wallets, these random wallets, like all these, you know, alt wallets, like just trying to make all these links together. And it's kind of cool seeing that play out in real time and watch the updates.
Yeah, and Zach's going to be leading that division, so
he will. Yeah, probably will be. This is literally his job interview right now, right?
Yeah,
with the FBI.
But man, yeah, just take a look at it. I mean, I think it's a little bit too like complex, or long for us to break down on stream for right now, like for today. But if you ever want to talk about it, just like hit us up in the Discord, like general, whatever. We can even make a thread, whatnot. But I think it's cool to see. Hopefully, Function does get, you know, recover a lot of his funds, because there's so many details available now. And hopefully the guy is just held responsible for whatever he did. Now this isn't always the case, right? Like crypto doesn't work this way, where if you get, you know, you have your funds stolen, most of the time it's GG's, like not really anything you can do about that. But thanks to Zach here, and just some carelessness on the other person's side, it does seem like they're going to be able to at least track down the funds, maybe not recover all of it. I think there's already a significant portion of it recovered and frozen. So
they were able to recover. I think it was a little over $50,000 worth of it already, because it was standing. It was like in an escrow, like transfer account, and he was able to reach out to the company, and they were able to once he presented the evidence that this money came from, you know, the scam. They were able to freeze it and send it back to Function, the original person. So that's good. He at least got some of it back, because it's a pretty big. This man lost like $250,000 in that, and just wiped away like that. And I don't even think he knows like how it happened still, right? Like from what I've seen, like he still has no idea. And that was one of the big issues with Solana early on, is like you just auto approve your wallet and just click things to mint, and it was just kind of dangerous, and there was a lot of scams. Like if you think Ethereum is bad for scams, Solana was like 10 times worse at that point. I think it's a little bit better now, but back then it was you better click a button and just say a prayer, your funds are still there.
Yo, do we have a little merch review by Tagline right now?
Do we? Oh, do you spot something?
I think I saw something when you leaned back a little bit.
Oh wait, what do you mean? Yeah, this came in.
A little drifter merch?
A little drifter. I think even on the back, I don't know if you can see.
Drift, Atom Bomb.
Says the drift there. Yeah, my drift merch came in last week, so I finally get to break it out. Now, I think Qdog has some as well. He got some. He got them last week too. But I do have to go run errands out today, and I still don't know if I'm gonna wear this in public, because, you know, I'm totally gonna wear this at NFT NYC whenever I'm surrounded by people that understand it. But here in like Manhattan, Kansas, I'm just going to the Kroger just to go grocery shop. Some old lady checking me out at the register is gonna be like, what utility D's nuts? So probably not something I'm gonna wear out in public. I'm probably just gonna keep it similar just for streams and wearing out at NFT events. But hey, I'm a fan of it, and it came with I got a hoodie for it as well, exact same type.
We also have a quick update here. I'm not sure if you want to segue this into the next thing, but I think it's important enough. But Yuga Labs tweeted, "We have refunded gas to everyone who made a transaction that failed due to network conditions caused by the mint. The fees have been sent back to the wallets used for the initial transaction. And then here's how to find your refund." And then they give you the steps on how to do that. So that was just tweeted out a few minutes ago.
Nice. That's good. Yeah, I mean, I kind of expected them to do something like that. That's like the least that they could have done, right? At least refunding the failed transactions. It's like the least the project can, especially how much money you pulled in that day. Like that's the least you could do.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, I guess it's case by case, and I don't want to say that like obviously for the most part, if they're able to, that you should do something like this. But for like a small project or an up and coming artist, and they're like, it's just changes their life in terms of the primary sales that they did, and they really are there to continue to support their project and stuff. Like, I'm sure refunding a gas war like that would probably be like a nail in the coffin for the project. So I guess it's just case by case.
Like, I think the Vayner Sports Pass refunded more than they brought in or something like that, right? Or pretty close. Or I know it was a pretty big chunk.
But then, like, that project could afford to do that, right?
Yeah, they could. So I guess similar news, since we're talking about Yuga, let's just go ahead and jump into something else about Yuga. Let me sign in here. They updated the metadata on the lands recently, like in the last day or two. And so now you're able to see, let me go to my profile here. So if I go to my Coda land, you're actually able to see the traits for the Codas now. So if you didn't know that already, now you can see traits. You can see, the Coda core, the eyes, the head, like all of its traits, its rarity for the traits and everything. So there's already tools out there that have the rarity rankings for Codas. So if you are looking to snipe a Coda or buy a Coda, that's something good to take into account, and you can kind of look at how rare your Coda is, or one you're looking at compared to all the Codas, instead of just being able to see like, oh, this is a Coda, yes, and this is what it looks like. Now there's actually traits and properties attached to it.
Yeah, I wonder what that did to the floor overall for Codas after that came out.
I don't know. We can let's take a quick check. I don't remember what it was on. I think on Monday, whenever we checked, it was like 24 ETH during our stream. So right now the Coda floor is still around 23, 24 ETH. So it looks like it's staying pretty consistent there. It hasn't really moved too much.
Got it. Nice. That's good. Good news for me. Yeah, I appreciate it.
Okay, rich get richer, man. You just gonna rub it in. All right. Anything else that we've missed on the news and notes portion?
Let's see, on the news and notes. Kraken. Kraken, I think, is going to be releasing their own NFT marketplace, just like Coinbase did. So, if for those of you who aren't familiar with Kraken, just like Coinbase, right? They were their centralized NFT marketplace. Kraken is now opening their wait list for their beta of their NFT market list. So if you mess with Kraken, if you like Kraken, whatever, go ahead and sign up for the wait list. Pretty similar situation to Coinbase. Yep. And then I'm not too familiar with Doodles. I don't own any, but I think I heard of a rumor that there was going to be some type of airdrop. I'm not sure if that's confirmed. Chat, you can let me know if you seen anything. But I think there is a rumor that there is going to be potentially an airdrop this week for essentially a serum for Doodles. So I think it might be something along the lines of like a paint drip or some type of like coloring, like art thing. So that way you can mutate your Doodle. Interesting.
It'd be kind of cool, like the Doodles collection is so like bright and happy. It'd be kind of cool if they had like a separate collection that was like just like dark colors and like basically like a complete 180. Like I think that'd be kind of a cool contrast. Yeah. It's not their style, so they're probably not going to do that. But I think that'd be kind of a really, I would vibe with that. One thing I did see about Kraken, I don't know if it's true or not, but I did see that their NFT marketplace are going to be having 0% fees. But it was something. But I think the stipulant was as long as your NFT stays with them, which I don't know. I don't know what that means, right? Like, which was kind of weird to me. Like, I don't know. It seems like it's going to be very centralized marketplace compared to what we already experienced with OpenSea, Looks Rare, or whatever. But that's to be expected with a big company like Kraken.
Yeah, absolutely. I've taken a look at their marketplace and stuff. I've never actually used it. I just continue to use Coinbase, just in terms of the exchange part. It's pretty seamless. I've never had an issue, knock on wood, with Coinbase. Putting in money, withdrawing money, blah blah blah. Using their Pro exchange, decent fees, kind of all around. So I don't know. There's nothing really to FUD about Coinbase besides their NFT marketplace.
Yeah. So it looks like this is what it was, the zero gas fees for trades on Kraken, and the stipulant is, there's a gas fee when you transfer it to Kraken. So I think it's like a Nifty gateway, like you have to transfer to your Nifty wallet, and then there's no gas fees. It sounds like it's gonna be the exact same setup, but for Kraken.
That's yeah, I don't know how people are gonna take to that,
right?
But it's interesting, and maybe they can pull it off, but I don't know if I'd be transferring my NFTs to the Kraken marketplace just to save on gas fees. I'd rather just pay the gas fee.
Absolutely. All right, so let's go ahead and hop into our first segment of the day. And it's been a while since we've done really a lot of our usual segments. So we're bringing back Paper Hands. I'm excited for this because this is the chat that we can. This is the time we can just sit back and just laugh at other people's misfortune. There's nothing better than that, right? Just sit here on our high horses, be the Monday morning quarterback, and just critique all these bad trades, right? Knowing what we know now, but obviously all that's kind of a joke. But so a recap on what the segment is. This is the Paper Hand segment. If you're new here, what we do is I'm going to go through a few sales that have happened recently, and I think all these sales happened today. And basically, a lot of them are what we consider paper hands, right? People buying high, selling low, and then I'm going to present them to the chat. And once we present all four of them, the chat is going to vote on which one is going to receive the Paper Hands NFT, which let me find. Here it is right here. So this is a grail, right? People talk about grail NFTs. You want this. This is the Paper Hands Genesis NFT created by none other than Yo Jeremy. It's literally just a paper hand rotating in 3D. Like what's this is a grail. This is amazing. This is a great trophy that we want to award somebody. So the chat will decide at the end of it, once we go through all of these paper hands, who gets this trophy, and Yo Jeremy will send them one free of charge, and it'll show up on their account, and they're gonna get a little Paper Hands NFT just pop up.
I'm just saying, Efrinder, you can't really touch this, Can't really touch me.
Yeah, absolutely. Is this your Genesis NFT?
No, I have another one on Rareable.
Never
this
mind.
Is my second, yeah.
It was almost an extra grail then. But all right, so let's go ahead and hop into it. I've got some fun ones today. So the first one, we love the cats, kind of, but we got a cool cat. So this cool cat, it's kind of a little viber, right? So this one was sold 14 days ago for 8.3 ETH. So 2 weeks ago. And they sold it 3 hours ago for 4.4.
Yo.
So basically, after fees and everything, basically you lost half of your money, 50% loss, right then and there. So that one's gone. It's not terrible. We always the fun thing about the paper hands thing is seeing the chat, how you guys value how long it's held versus the amount that's dropped, because there's like a give or take there. That makes some worse than the others. So, but this is a 50% loss in 2 weeks. That is what you would say not great NFT trading, right? So that's the first one, the cool cat. The next one is going to be an NFT world. We're straying from the typical profile picture projects, and now we have an NFT world. And remember, at one point, these were at like 17, 18 ETH floor.
They were up.
Well, right now they're at a 6.2 ETH floor, right? So if you bought at the peak, yikes. And this person, they didn't buy the peak, but they bought pretty close to it. So they bought 2 months ago for 13 ETH, and they sold it this morning for 6 ETH. So again, a little bit more than a 50% loss, especially after fees. You're probably looking at 60% loss for this person. But they did hold it longer, but it was a larger amount. So NFT Worlds is our second candidate here. Our third one, this is where it gets fun. So we have our mutant ape, right? There's always going to be apes in these because people love to paper hand their apes. So this one was all right. So you have to track with this one. So this one a day ago was sold for 26 ETH. Okay. 3 hours ago. So basically 24 hours later, right? So 5:50 p.m. So 12 hours, right? 12 hours later, he accepts a WETH offer for 24.7 ETH. So I don't know what changed in that 12 hours to make him regret this and just think like, oh crap, I thought that was the bottom. It's not going. It's not going up. This is a mistake. Let me get out while I can. And he just took an offer, right? So he takes an offer, and then the person that bought it with the offer sold it an hour later for like a nice three ETH profit. So this person could have sold it for more than they paid for it if they would have just listed it. They just took the offer instead, which is I mean, so in a 12-hour span, this changed hands to 3 different owners, and this was an interesting one.
Yeah, this is really interesting, and all within the time span of 24 hours or so. So,
yep. Yeah, so this is the mutant, and then we've got the last one, OG Bored Ape. We've got the crazy eyes, we've got the smoking jacket, we got the little hairdo going on, the short mohawk. So let's see what happened to this guy. 7 hours ago, it was bought for 122 ETH.
Yeah.
And then an hour later, they sold it for 113 ETH.
What are we doing?
So this man, I don't know who Oscura NFT is, but they bought it for 122 ETH, and then an hour later decided, hey, you know what? I want to take a 10 ETH loss on this, and let's just go ahead and let me just go ahead and light $30,000 on sale, and yeah.
Look at this dude.
Pitched us says like this was during the Elon pump, so this is maybe just someone that follows Elon and just was ready for like hey, Elon tweeted about apes, they're going up to they're going to the moon. This person probably bought it whenever he saw Elon's profile picture change, and then sold it whenever he saw the tweet making fun of NFTs. That's probably the timeline, but yeah, I mean, can you imagine an hour and you lose 10 ETH?
Thanks, Elon.
So
you could have bought like a base model. Model 3 for that. Elon just charged you a Model 3 to lose money.
It was less than an hour. Look at these timestamps. So look at this one. This one says, obviously they're a little bit, different depending on your time zone, but this says 11:11 a.m. for the sale. And then the next sale was at 11:40. So it was 30 minutes.
Damn.
30-minute 10 ETH loss. Whew. That's a pro trader right there. And I mean, hey, maybe he bought it and didn't realize, crap, I bought one that had crazy eyes. Why did I do that? And then just decided to dump it. That could have been it too.
Yep.
So chat, we can put the poll up while I recap these again. But we've got a cool cat, an NFT World, a mutant, and a bored ape. So recap again real quick, and you guys will pick. We got the cool cat, a 2-week hold, 50% loss. We got the NFT World. This was a 2-month hold, and it was like a 60% loss, but like from 13 to 16 ETH. And then we've got the mutant ape that was, in the span of 12 hours, it changed hands 3 times. The person bought it, sold it for a loss with a WETH offer, and then that person sold it for more than the original person bought it for. And then we've got the 30-minute 10 ETH light the money on fires, the OG bored ape. So I think the poll is up. So chat, I need y'all to let us know who of these 4 NFT traders deserves that paper hands Genesis NFT. Who is it? Yo, Jeremy, what's your take?
I think I'm between the cool cat and the bored ape. the only reason why I say like the cool cat over the Bored Ape is obviously the person who bought the Bored Ape is just has like a lot of money to throw around, right? So
Yep.
is he really crying over 10 ETH spilt? Probably not. And does it still qualify as a paper hands when it's not like a significant part of your portfolio or anything like that? I don't know. I'm just having like a fundamental question like for myself. So I'm thinking I'm kind of leaning towards the cool cat in terms of just a 2-week hold and then selling for a 50% loss like that.
Okay.
That's incredibly tough, especially because
So-
you bought the bottom and you set a new bottom.
You bought the bottom thinking like, all right, this is it. I bought the bottom. These are going to go up now. And they keep dipping. That's what M totally said earlier. You bought the dip and it keeps dipping. But I guess from your perspective, when is it okay to take a 50% loss? Because sometimes, listen, we're all NFT traders. It's going to happen. It's happened to you. It's happened to me. Like, we've taken losses. At what point do you justify, like, you know what? I'm just going to take the loss on this one.
I think it's just after a significant time period. I don't like selling for a loss based off of some brand new FUD news that happens and then the floor dips a little bit,
Right.
Unless it's extreme. But yeah, I don't like selling off of FUD news for a loss. I think I give it an adequate amount of time. For me, that's about like 2 weeks or so. I kind of set my exit price. Okay, what am I okay? Selling this for a loss for? Did I have multiple? Did I already make money? Am I kind of even on the project, or am I literally like only in the red for everything that I own in that project? If I'm only in the red, it might be even sooner, man. I might not be able to hold on to that. May have no hopium in a jar. But if I've kind of sold, or if I'm at least even, that kind of in my head that buys me a little bit more time to hold on to it.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It's it definitely was probably a time thing for me. Like, it's probably if a couple months goes by, I don't see anything from the team, I don't see any improvements, then I'd be more apt to sell and just get out of it. But also at that point,
paper hands.
for me, out of these four, I'm probably going with the OG Bored Ape because I just can't justify. Listen, I've had some bad losses in the past, but I can't justify losing 10 ETH in 30 minutes. Like that is insane, right? And I don't know. Like, it's just what were you expecting? Like, even if you sold it for a couple ETH above what you bought it for, like the floor. I mean, so one thing, whenever he bought it, the floor for Bored Apes was still lower than it was than it was now. Like, the floor was around 110, 108, right? Whenever he bought that, and so I don't know what he was expecting. He bought an above floor one that wasn't really, he bought an I guess the big issue here is he bought an above floor that had crazy eyes, and that's just one thing you don't do if you're buying Bored Apes to flip. You don't buy an above floor crazy eyes.
No, don't buy crazy eyes. Simple as that.
I guess I guess Pitch says that was the floor. I mean, I was asleep during all this, so I wasn't tracking it live. So I guess whenever he bought it, that was the floor one, and then more listings came in and it dropped, and he probably just got a little squeamish. And that was the definition of a paper hands. You literally just you couldn't wait. You couldn't hold it out. So yeah, I would give this one to the OG Ape.
All right. What was that number again for the Bored Ape? 4171.
Bored Ape 4171. You about to send them the paper hands?
Yep, they won. About to send them these paper hands.
I always like looking into these people's accounts too. We're gonna put this guy on blast now since the chat voted and they agreed it was this holder that receives the paper hands. Let's take a look at his account.
Ascura. Yo, this man.
Why it's going so slow.
This man got hella moonbirds.
Okay, he's fine. This man's fine. This guy's a whale. All right, we're good. He can have a paper hand for each moonbird he's got. That's funny. The only thing in this OpenSea is just his ENS domain and moonbirds and a loss on Bored Ape. That's crazy. Yep. This is one of those ones where I just, I've got no sympathy. Here we go. No sympathy. He deserves his paper hands. Have fun. Good luck playing the game, but enjoy your moonbirds, sir. All right. Do you think the chat decided correctly? I know you picked the cool cat. Could you see the argument for the OG?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the other side of that is no matter how big your bankroll is, taking a 10th loss in 30 minutes. I mean,
Yeah.
you gotta be some other type of like dumb to be able to do that. So
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Well, without further ado, we've got a little something coming up. I'm looking forward to. We haven't had this in a while. It's been a bit, but I think it's time for a little bit pick 'em, baby. What do you think? You ready to pick something?
let's go.
All right, we got pick 'em, and we got on stage with us is the one and only Qdog representing the chat. Yo, Qdog, how we doing?
Yo, we doing good. Can y'all hear me?
We can hear you. You and your Azuki bird. We love it.
Oh, you know, gotta rep it. Birdzuki's actually. We don't.
The,
we don't do
okay,
Zuki
sorry,
bird
the
around
bird
here.
Zukis. My bad. That's true. Calling it the Zuki birds. That's right.
A little teaser for today's segment, you know.
Okay, hey, that is right. So chat. Just so you guys know, we are going to be picking left-facing profile pictures. All right. And it's not necessarily based off price. It's just kind of like, hey, what's our favorite left-facing profile pictures? And I'm gonna be honest, I don't know about you guys. It took me a bit to get a list for these because the first few were pretty easy, and then once you get down like past like 4 or 5, I'm like, okay, what else are there? Because there's not a lot of left-facing profile pictures out there.
It's really not. I was struggling a little bit.
Yeah, definitely on the struggle bus. So we go back to our order that we've had in the past, and because of that, we've got Jeremy, you're picking first.
Let's go.
Qdog's got the second pick for the chat, and then I'm coming up with the third pick, and we're gonna do snake draft. So I'll have back to back, and Jeremy will have back to back when it gets back to him. So yeah, without further ado, let's go ahead and get started in chat. Let Qdog, whenever it gets Qdog's turn, give those shouts. Let him know what you want him to pick. He's representing you. So, but without further ado, Jeremy, pick number 1. What you got?
All right, pick number 1. This one's a tough one. Honestly, I had a hard time. It was just like a lot of back and forth with myself. There's only about 10 projects that I could see being number 1, and after a lot of thought, I decided to go ahead and go with the Zuki.
Yeah.
They don't really have it by much.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
So obvious. That one was like just head above heels over everything.
Yeah. Yeah. I think Azuki's definitely the easy one. That's absolutely the easiest one. Easy 101 there. All right, Qdog, what's your first pick for the chat?
All right. Through rough difficulties, game development, CEO stepping down,
Oh no.
I'm still
no.
gonna have to go with
Oh
the
no.
Cool Cats.
Okay, wrap it up.
Chat.
Yo, wrap it up.
Chat, I'm sorry that this man's representing you. This man's picking Cool Cats. All right, dude. No, I mean you do get to a point where it's like, okay, I guess Cool Cats, like, yeah, I guess they're up there.
No, they're not.
I mean, yeah, I don't know. All right, so yeah, Cool Cats, they are left facing, and hey, I mean they're one of the top, top. If Cool Cats are the top project of a category, then you know which direction we're heading down to. Round 5 is going to be very interesting. But all right, so my first pick here, man, I could go so many different directions. I'm gonna go with the original, like the very first, the first Azukis, right? This set the path for anime NFTs. So I'm going with the Onis. I'm going with Oni Force.
Okay.
So that's my first pick, because at the end of the day, they still look good, right? The team sucks. The team's garbage. The project, is dead basically. But hey, they look nice at least, right? They stick out and they pop as a PFP. And then, this one's a little bit of a cheese pick, all right?
Okay.
Definitely a cheese pick. But I'm taking the Crypto Funks.
Oh,
Give me the left-facing Funks. I didn't know if that's allowed. If y'all vote for it not to be allowed, that's fine. I'll take something else. But I was gonna pick that there. Like I said, it's a little bit of a cheese pick.
It's all good. I mean, it's fine by me.
Okay.
All right. So then now it's back to Qdog.
Back to Qdog.
let's go.
All right, we're gonna go with the Mean Machine, the Pixelated King. We're gonna go with Cryptodes by Grimplin.
Oh, damn. I thought I was
Okay.
gonna be able to sneak that one in there.
Cryptodes, yeah, those are one that like I looked at them for so long. I was thinking like, are these left facing? But all their eyes face that way, so they technically are. So they are left facing. That's a good one. That's a good pick.
Solid pick.
All right, yo, Jeremy, you got back-to-back picks right here. You got all the power.
Okay. Okay. First off, well, hold on. Let me get Qdog's update up there. So Qdog went with the Cryptodes, and then I got number 6 and 7. All right. So number 6 again. Like I was struggling to find a lot of left-facing stuff. So
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna go with Deadfellas here.
Nice.
Deadfellas at number 6, and then I'm kind of in between a few for 4 and 5. Sorry, like my 4 and 5. I think I'm gonna have to go with probably shout out JVB. I think I'm gonna have to go with the Ghost Project.
Oh,
I completely forgot about
Yeah.
those. Yeah, ghostly ghosts.
Ghostly Ghost.
Ghostly Ghosts. I forgot about those. Yeah, that's a good pick.
Okay.
You could, this is one of the subjects you can't just Google left-facing profile pictures, right? You got to actually like. I think at one point I was like looking at OpenSea activity just for something to pop up just to see. But all right, so you got Deadfellas, Ghostly Ghosts on your back-to-back. 2 good picks. Qdog, you're up again. What you got for the chat?
okay. We're gonna bring it back to the old heydays. We're gonna get the rabbit in the hair. I can go with Fluff World.
No, that's a good one. That is a good one.
The Fluffs, absolutely. Yeah, Fluffs are good. Those nice little rabbits. Those are a throwback. Those were a good time minting. All right, so I've got my 2 picks here, and it looks like chat's liking your picks, Qdog. You're making them proud. So we're gonna go with okay. I'm gonna go with KIA. We're going Koala Intelligence Agency. All right, clean.
Okay.
KIA, book it. That's a strong pick. I mean,
All right,
I know
sign off.
they're in the absolute dirt right now, but come on now, they speak for themselves. And then, you know what? I think I've waited long enough for these, but I'm gonna take the Crypto Moris. I'm taking the
that's
sign me
good.
up for the Fomori. We're taking the Moris.
Nice, not bad. Interesting strategy with the koalas, but it works. And maybe chat loves koalas. Maybe that'll end up working out for you. So we'll see.
We'll see. All right, Qdog, you're back up.
All right. The company or the project that started it all for gamification, the Pixelated Gaming Kings, Ether Orcs Genesis.
Not bad.
Okay.
Not bad. Ether Orcs. Is it
Yo,
Genesis or just Ether Orcs?
Genesis,
Okay.
because they have like
Yo,
the
if,
other ones too, where you can farm them.
Got
Yeah.
it.
If Vernon's in the chat, you've already got his vote. Absolutely.
Yes, sir.
Or Zugtrani. All right, Jeremy, back-to-back picks here, and I think these are your last 2 picks as well. So a lot of pressure here.
This is a lot of pressure. Dang. I'm kind of running out of options here. So I don't know. Maybe there's something that I missed. I tried even checking like along different chains and stuff like Polygon and Solana. I really couldn't find what I was looking for.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna have to go with probably Alien Friends here.
Okay.
Alien Friends.
Yeah.
And then I'm just gonna go with You by BFF.
Yeah, I had that one too. That was a good one.
Yep.
Because
That's
I love
a
the
newer
colors
one.
on that.
Yeah.
Love the colors. I can't necessarily say that I love the orientation or some of the traits and stuff, but colors are fire. They pop.
Yeah. All right, Qdog, your
All
last
right.
pick for the chat. What you got?
Yo, let's go. So do we have animated PFPs off the table? Is that still allowed?
Nah, you're good.
I mean, you drafted Fluff.
They're
They're
left.
animated.
If
All
they're
right.
left, you're good.
We're gonna go with Let's Walk by DK.
Okay. Sorry, you can't have that. Yeah, no, that works. They're going to the left, so we take that. Let's Walk by DK. All right, chat. What do you think about Qdog's last pick? You know, he's got his 5 now. All right, so I've got my last pick here. I could go a few different ways here. I'm surprised there are some left here, but I kind of want to end it with the meme, right? I want to end it with, you know, one of the OG left-facing profile pictures. You know, listen, let's take it back in time. When we go back, you know, Bored Apes just minted, right? Mm-hmm. And then a couple weeks later, there's another hyped-up project. They've got a movie deal. They got a TV show maybe promised, but definitely a movie promised. And they decided to give, you know, Bored Ape holders, you know, hey, you guys get a free claim to this project. This is one of the first utility things for the Bored Apes. You were able to claim one of these.
No, don't.
And so
do it.
we're taking, and it is Wednesday. It's Hump Day, baby. We're taking Arabian camels as my last pick.
No
Why you gotta
way.
do it?
Yeah, absolutely. Arabian camels. I still have one in my wallet. It is beautiful. They never took off because the team was terrible and they just basically rugged everybody saying they have a movie and they don't have a movie. So yeah,
This man is out of pocket, bro.
Arabian camels, book it. We had some were left off. Did you guys have any honorable mentions that you had on your list that weren't drafted?
Fonts.
Yeah, I had a couple actually. You had More by Joan Canella. You had Los Muertos World. You had Mines by Dario DeSena. You had Fishy Fam, Skull Kids, Sneaky
Yep.
Cheetahs, Birdzuki.
Quirky. I was actually wondering if someone was gonna pick Sticky Cheetahs.
I was
just for yeah, Pixar Quirkies was one that I was actually thinking about for my last pick, and I had Skull Kids as well because that's one of the kind of, you know, OG projects that a lot of us kind of collected early on, and those are left facing. Yeah, Planktoons. those are facing to the left.
No shot.
You know, Jeremy, you have any that were left off?
No, absolutely. I was running out of steam there. I was
Oh,
almost
man.
about to make a call to chat to, you know, help me out here because yeah, I just couldn't find any that I actually liked, that I vibed with, that I thought were strong contenders.
Yeah.
I think you guys did a really good job. Some of them that were stolen were kind of Fluff World. Cryptodes I didn't find till late, but then I thought, okay, nobody's gonna think of that. But
Yeah.
I forgot that you both owned them. I think you were literally the two guys that would have thought of it.
Yeah.
And I don't know why that didn't hit me earlier on. You both owned Cryptodes, right?
I've
At one
owned
point?
them several. Yeah.
Yeah. So, yep, just that's about it.
Yeah.
I had mine like tiered. It was A tier with like Azuki, Cool Cats, Cryptodes, and then just 18,000 spaces, and then B tier.
I mean, I think A tier for me was just Suzuki. So I kind of wanted to think like whoever gets the number one pick and takes Suzuki, they're gonna win right now. So yeah, just to recap the teams. So we got Yo Jeremy's team. He got Azuki. He got Deadfellas. He got Ghostly Ghosts. He got Alien Friends, and he got You by BFF to round out his team. Qdog for the chat. He got Cool Cats. He got Toads. He got Fluff, Ether Orcs, and then Let's Walk by DK. And then from my pick, it was I had Oni. I had the Funks. We got Koala Intelligence Agency. We got the Moris, and then we rounded out on Hump Day with Arabian Camels. So yeah, good draft all around. Chat, we're gonna have a poll up on Twitter at some point today or tomorrow, and you guys can vote who y'all think has the strongest team of left-facing profile pictures. But I'm glad we're able to do this. It's been a bit since we've done a pick 'em. I'm glad we're able to have Qdog on, even though he doesn't want to show his face. You know, he's keeping that hidden from us still. That's that's fine. But yeah, it was good. It was good to have pick 'em back.
Oh,
Yeah, absolutely. I think we're gonna try to find still more creative ways to do this, but yeah, glad to get back in the motion of things and just having the friendly competition. I think Qdog put together actually surprisingly a decent roster for you guys. Hopefully it's not a landslide. Hopefully we can remain unbiased, but also Tagline kind of shot himself in the foot.
I don't think chat likes my picks at all. It's just, I think I'm just embracing the meme picks now. I'm just going to take third place every single draft from here on out, and here we go. Let's just book it and send it. Oh, man. But all right, so, Qdog, thanks for joining us. I'm sure we'll talk to you in the Discord and at some point in the future.
Yeah, thanks, guys, for having me on.
Yep,
no,
take it easy.
We will not be talking to him. Especially if he wins this, we will not be.
Now that Qdog is gone, let's talk about Qdog.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so you had KIA crypto, and then to round it off, you had Arabian camels. Okay.
Yeah.
So 1, 2, 3, 4.
The cherry on top, the Arabian camels.
Okay. Yep. So just I do have those in each individual banner down there. So. If and again, when we put the poll up, there's going to be a graphic to go along with it. So, Azuki, Deadfellas, Ghostly Ghosts, Alien Friends, and you. That's my roster. Qdog had Cool Cats, Cryptodes, Floof or Fluff World, Ether Arcs, Genesis, and then Let's Walk. And then Tagline with the Oni Force, Crypto Funks, KIA, Crypto Moris, and Arabian Camels, baby.
Yeah, this is my camel right here. I'm repping it, maybe. Let's go. That's a viber. Come on now.
Yo, people were actually hyped like about these camels when they were coming out. Like, oh, it's gonna be
people were trying.
We got licensing rights, and we got like.
Oh my god, people were trying to snipe them. Do you remember how they minted these?
Yeah.
It was just they were all minted to OpenSea, and you had to like buy them from OpenSea on secondary, and that's how you minted them. Like there was not an actual minting contract. It was just you bought it from OpenSea, and man, how far we've come a year later,
bro. Didn't the guy ghost pretty much like the entire project?
Yeah, I remember they had like they promised like hey, they have a movie deal, and they released like I remember the day that I remember like thinking like these are complete trash, this is going to zero, was whenever they released a teaser for their movie, and it was just clips of different movies, and like they were like set in Persia or somewhere in the Middle East. It was just like action scenes from different movies. It wasn't even like their movie or anything, and there was no mention of camels, and I was just like, okay, dude, this is bad, we got to get out of here. But yeah, people sold Bored Apes to buy camels, so it's crazy,
bro.
What a time.
Wait, are stoner cats left or right?
Let me see.
Yeah, because if they are, I should have taken stoner cats.
Stoner cats are facing like dead on. I don't know if they're. Yeah.
Okay. Portrait, straight up portrait.
Yeah, they're just portrait. But all right, Jeremy, any news or notes, shout outs, anything you got for us?
Well, just the refunded fees for Yuga Labs we talked about in the stream, and then also the MV3 NFT that I mentioned a few streams back. That's MV3 NFT on Twitter. They opened up their Discord today, so if you guys want to join that, here is I'll just do a 2-in-1. So here's the tweet, so you can follow their project on Twitter, and then it also contains the Discord link. So if you guys want to check it out, DYOR, let me know what you think. I know it's kind of hyped within the groups that I'm in. Doesn't mean that it's going to do well. It doesn't mean that you're going to get a allow list or anything like that, but check it out. I'm interested in it just because of the theme, the branding. I love kind of like space, futuristic stuff like that, and then just kind of monochromatic in terms of a lot of black and white stuff. So, yep.
Perfect. Yeah, I don't have anything, so if that's it. I guess one final thing. Friday's stream is going to be a little bit different, probably. I am most likely not going to be here. Again, I'm rugging the chat again, but I'll be heading down to Texas for a funeral. So nothing exciting or anything, but yeah. So I'll be down in Texas. I'll be busy down there, so I probably won't be on streaming on Friday. I don't know what we're going to be doing in place. So maybe Jeremy's going to have a guest. Maybe he's going to do a solo stream. Maybe we'll do a Twitter Spaces or something.
Hot tub stream.
Definitely hot tub stream in his new fancy backyard. But yeah, we'll let you guys know what's going on Twitter, so you guys can know what to expect. But yeah, so I will talk to everyone again on Monday, if not sooner. I'll be around on Discord and stuff as usual. But yeah, until then, drink that water, stay hydrated, check that posture, grind those whitelists, and be your own alpha.
Own alpha. Appreciate the love, everybody. Thanks for the resubs. Thanks for the follows. Qdog, appreciate you coming on.
Yep.
Be
Appreciate
your
that.
own alpha, guys. Peace.
Peace.
No shot.